What is up, awesome people of the internet? Guys, the GOAT, the tennis icon known as Serena Williams, is officially stepping into ownership of a WNBA franchise. All right, guys, the news of the day is that Serena Williams has officially joined the ownership group of the Toronto Tempo, which is the WNBA's first ever Canadian team, which will start play in 2026. Now, she is teaming up with Larry Tannenbaum, who is the chairman of Kilmer Sports Ventures, who also is the majority owner of the franchise for the Toronto Tempo, and also he owns the Raptors and owns a whole bunch of other stuff that's happening in Toronto. Now, Serena, her involvement is specifically with the Toronto Tempo, and her ownership stake has not been disclosed yet, so we don't actually know the percentage of ownership that she has in this team, but she is an owner. We do know that, and we do know that she is not just playing a ceremonial kind of role, right? It's not like we'll invest a little bit, we'll put your name on there, you don't have to do anything. No, she's actually going to be involved in this thing. She said, "I'm thrilled to announce my ownership role in the first Canadian WNBA team, the Toronto Tempo. This moment is not just about basketball, it is about showcasing the true value and potential of female athletes. I have always said that women's sports are an incredible investment opportunity. I am excited to partner with Larry and all of Canada in creating this new WNBA franchise and legacy." Cool. All right, so guys, this is not Serena's first involvement in ownership, right? She is someone who already has stakes at several franchises, right? Angel City FC in the NWSL. She's a part owner of the Miami Dolphins in the NFL. She also is a part owner of Tiger Woods and Rory McIlroy. I don't even know how to say his name. McIlroy. Golf League as well, TGL. And she owns her own business, Serena Ventures, that has backed a whole bunch of startups, including a ton of female-led. Serena Williams is a business woman. And, she's all about growing the game of women's sports for years. She's been doing it, right? And now she is officially bringing her expertise, her name, image, and likeness to the WNBA. Now, let's talk about her sort of love for women's. So, this move towards the WNBA is something that has been in the works for a while. Serena Williams has talked about her enjoyment with the WNBA. And she talked last year specifically about owning a WNBA team. She said it was a priority for her, and that women's sports, betting on women's sports is an overly safe bet. And here's the deal. She said specifically, there is no risk. Women's sports is exciting. Women are exciting to watch. And guys, let's be real. I am biased. I am very, very much biased, but I think she's right. I do. I think women's sports is fantastic. And the WNBA is about one of the best leagues to invest in, because the money is just going to be going up. Yes, WNBA has struggled in the past. Absolutely. Still not completely where they want to be right now. However, you do know that valuations are going through the roof. Just look at the expansion fees that these teams are having to pay. Look at the media rights deal. Look at a whole bunch of stuff. Stuff is going up when it comes to the WNBA. So getting in on an ownership with an ownership stake right now is a smart decision. At least my opinion's worth like 2 cents. Anyway, what does this mean for Toronto? And also, what does this mean for the WNBA? Well, this is great. For starters, this is a massive win for the city of Toronto. Toronto loves basketball. Like, look at the love that they give for the Toronto Raptors, right? The Raptors have an incredible fan base, right? There's a lot of Canadians who love basketball, and Toronto is their avenue to really engage with that, because that's the only place where there is a professional teams, right? You have the Toronto Raptors for the NBA, and now you have the Toronto Tempo for the WNBA. I think this is huge, right? We're gonna see Toronto go crazy for this team. We're going to see, really good numbers in terms of, attendance. We're going to see great stuff when it comes to Toronto, because Toronto's been asking for this for a while. And the Toronto Tempo coming into the league with momentum, of just the hype around being in Toronto, the added hype around adding a global icon like a Serena Williams attaching to your brand. It's a big deal. It's a big, big, big deal. And here's the thing that I really love about this whole thing. Serena, big name ID, absolutely can be a successful get for the Toronto Temple just having her name on it. But the thing I love is that Serena will have an active role. She will be active, not passive, in her investment, playing a role in the team's branding, including working with the team on their jersey designs, on their merch collaborations. Because, guys, fashion is something that Serena Williams does, right? She has her own clothing lines, and I'm very much interested to ultimately see what she is able to do with the designers that work for the Toronto Tempo. But beyond aesthetics, Serena brings credibility, and the cool thing is this is not just a general expansion team, right? This is a team that has the backing of an entire country and the backing of one of the most influential women in sports history. It's going to attract fans, it's going to attract sponsors, and that's going to attract talent in both the front office and on the court, because who doesn't want to play for Serena? That is kind of cool. That is kind of cool. Here's what Teresa Risch, the president of the Toronto Temple, had to say. She said, Serena is a champion. She's the greatest athlete of all time, and her impact on this team and this country is going to be incredible. And honestly, guys, I completely agree. So that's the specifics about Serena Williams. Now let's zoom out a little bit and let's talk about ownership in general, because Serena Williams is not the only, definitely not the first and only female athlete who has become an owner, and she definitely will not be the last. Right? There's been several women who have dipped their toe into sports ownership, and there'll be several after. We have in the WNBA alone, you got former WNBA player Renee Montgomery, who has a stake in the Atlanta Dream. Right? We all know about that. She's been on the ownership group for a couple years for Atlanta. And when you talk about soccer, well, you got Angel City FC, which Serena is a part of the ownership group. It's stacked with a whole bunch of female investors. You got Natalie Portman, you got Billie Jean King. It's a whole bunch. Specifically for for Angel City FC, and also for other teams as well. And with the WNBA expanding, this is just the beginning, guys. The league is already growing leaps and bounds. You got the Golden State Valkyries starting this year in 2025. You have the Toronto Tempo and the Portland team, which still does not have a name just yet, getting ready to launch in 2026. And who knows what's next? With women's basketball numbers going crazy for the NCAA, for the WNBA, now is the perfect time for more female athletes, current and retired, to be like, you know what? I'm investing in the WNBA. Absolutely, guys. And we already know about Candace Parker, who is a part of that ownership bid with Tennessee, trying to get a WNBA team to come to Tennessee. I wouldn't be surprised, even if Tennessee does not win that bid, I wouldn't be surprised if we see Candace Parker on our ownership group officially in the next 2 to 3 years in the WNBA. Hopefully it's Tennessee, because I would love to see Tennessee to get a WNBA team. But if it's not Tennessee, I absolutely do think that she's going to go somewhere else and become a owner with a WNBA. And wouldn't it be great if it was Chicago? I'm just saying. Biased, I know, but wouldn't it be great if Candace Parker, if she lost the Tennessee bid, which I hope Tennessee gets it, I don't know. But if she loses, I think Candace would be great for the Chicago Sky ownership. I'm just saying. The Sky needs you, Candace. I'm just saying. Anyway, it would be cool to see other tennis stars make some noise in the WNBA ownership as well. Like, CoCo Gauff, Naomi Osaka. I think those could be some fun names to ultimately get in the investing game, but we'll ultimately see from there. But there's the news, guys. There is the news. The news is that Serena Williams has officially become an owner of the Toronto Tempo. Huge move for women's sports. And yeah, just major get for Toronto. We'll ultimately see what happens with Toronto when they actually come into the WNBA in 2026. Guys, let me know what y'all think in the comments below. Are y'all excited about it? Are y'all not? Do y'all like, I don't care. Talk more about college basketball. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And I will see y'all in the next one. Until next time, guys. Bye-bye.